Good morning, folks. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Paul Lavoie. Today we're going to be showing the 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with the Summit Hauler conversion. We're going to get started on the front here. As you can see, Summit Hauler has customized it how they would like with their emblem right up front. Looks very, very nice. Down below here, you're going to see it's their patented three-piece bumper. Makes it a lot easier when you're wanting to replace it. If something does happen, unfortunately, you can replace just individual pieces. It makes it a lot less expensive and a lot easier. Down below here, you do have your recovery hooks tied in with your radar system, all going back with the safety system that's offered on the Summit Hauler, or sorry, the Freightliner. Compressed fiberglass on the hood, very, very durable. So for here in Colorado, you want to make sure that it is durable because we get a lot of hail here. Want to make it so that it's not like a normal aluminum or steel hood. It doesn't dent very easily, but it is very easy. You just got to make sure that it's unstrapped from the sides, pull it up, and as you can see, that was basically effortless for me to do that. Inside there, we have the Cummins L9 engine coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. It has 360 horsepower, 1,150 pound-feet of torque. And as you can see, it's very, very open in here, so if you're mechanically inclined, very, very easy to work on all this stuff. On the top there, we've got our coolant, the air filter right up there. And as you can see, dipstick, very, very easy and open right here. Fuse box right here, power steering fluid, and then your fuel filter water separator right there. If the battery does die in this by chance, it's very, very easy to jump. You've got your leads right here, your positive and your negative. Makes it a lot easier. The batteries are in the back. I'll show you where those are. Right here, we have our 255 ADR 22.5 Michelin engines. And as you can see in here, you've got an extra drum in there. It's actually for balancing. It makes it a lot easier for wear and tear on the actual tires and safer for you on the road. And right now I'm gonna shut the hood. And as you'll see, it's gonna be effortless as well. Again, you're just pushing back on it. But the safety feature, huge safety feature on this one is it's fighting me back. So if you're in there working and you get a gust of wind or something happens to it, it's not gonna squish you in there. It's got the hydraulics pushing back on you. And then when you're done, just make sure you're strapping it back in, snapping it down. Up here, you have your breakaway mirrors. If you do hit something or somebody hits you, they do just break away just like that. Makes it so hopefully you don't have to replace it. They are heated and powered. The top one is at least. Then you've got your lower mirror so you can see down a little bit further. Down below here, you do have your engine block heater, so on those cold nights, you can hook up to make it so your fuel's not getting all gunked up. Right here is a lockable area for your fuel. So you've got this has two 50-gallon tanks, one on this side and then one exactly on the other side. Right next to it, this is your DEF tank. It is a 6-gallon DEF tank. You're roughly getting about 300 to 350 miles per gallon on that. Like I said, it is lockable. Just got to make sure that it's shut right there, pushed, and then you'll be able to lock it. Inside here, you're going to see the nice Summit Hauler conversion. Very beautiful leather, very soft, very, very comfortable. It is an air ride seat, so all you have to do is adjust it accordingly when you're letting it out, and then of course airing it up as well. Right here you've got controls for your lumbar. This is your tilt feature going back and forth with the top of the seat, and you've got your heated seats for this particular one. You have the capability of having it heated and cooled if you want, or if you don't want anything, you can do that as well. Down below here, you've got Freightliner's kill switch. Makes it so that if you're not a daily driver on this, you are able to turn off all electronics so it's not burning out your battery. And I'm gonna give this a start, but I wanna show you something on this really quick. Every time that you come in here, you wanna make sure that you obviously have the key in there. Turn it to accessory modes, you're gonna hear about 5 clicks, but it makes it so it's not gonna throw any codes. And everything can start up very, very easily. And it's getting a little warm out, so we want to turn the air on. In the back here, we have our nice little sofa, good for 3 passengers. Very, very easy to maneuver down to a bed. Even though there is something like that, there's not that much weight on that bag, but just make sure that you don't have any weight on the actual bed when you're doing this. We don't want to burn out the motor. So going all the way down, DOT does regulate this as a bed, which is a nice little feature for everybody doing the long hauls. We're going to shut this one up. Down below here, you do have your trickle charger. If you want to charge something up or if you want to keep your batteries topped off, Good way to do it right there. As you see on your track system right here, all these are for making it so they're anti-slip. If it's wet, slippery, anything like that, you get enough surface area where you can actually put your foot up here. Got to try and be safe as possible. This is one of two of this size storage. Open it up, you see it's diamond plated, it's very durable. You can store anything that you need to do over the road, chains, flares, or anything like that. But another good piece in there is the air valve that's in there. You can actually hook up to that, pump up a tire, or you can even air out the inside of the cab if it gets dusty, if you're on a dusty road. And then you have your safety of a fire extinguisher right there, just in case anything does happen. Always want to try and be safe out there. On the back here, you have a smaller one. This is one of two of this size, diamond plated as well. And really, like I said, you can really put anything you want in there. Chains is probably a good thing to put in there, just because you don't want to be banging up the bed. They are all lockable. The other ones on the other side as well. They are weatherproof, but they have weather stripping around. But if there is something that is going to get wet, try not to put it in there. It's not exactly sealing everything perfect. On the top here, on the headache bar, you've got your backup camera. It is our Voyager system. You could do up to 4 cameras. Obviously, you've got one hookup right there. We don't have anything else hooked up right there because we don't know exactly what everybody wants, but you can customize it however you'd like. Down below here, the bed is completely diamond plated as well, very durable, but you can add an exterior storage bin if you'd like to those 2 pre-drilled holes right there. Some people like to do that. Some people like to put a spare tire. Those are your kind of choices on that. And you see running down on the bed right here, you've got these rails. Those are a track system. So if you want to tie something down, they do have a 1,000-pound weight limit if you need to tie anything down. In the middle here, you've got your trough where you can hook up to whatever you'd like. We sometimes hook up with the gooseneck ball, just putting it in there, but you can make that choice. You can do the 5th wheel Hensley, which most people do. And you can even set that one up to have a gooseneck ball, or you can just do one or the other. Just coming down here, you're gonna see lights, and then dropping down here even further, you've got your 30,000-pound weight limit bumper pull. This is the hookup for a trailer for your Voyager system in the camera. Pretty easy to do most of this stuff. As we come around here, you're gonna see the exact same storage bins and track system, so you're being safe on both of these sides. All of them are lockable, like I was saying. And then you've got your other side for your tank right there. It is a self-leveling one, but to get a completely full 100-gallon capacity, you will have to fill up on both sides. We're gonna look in the front here first. Oop, there we go. You're gonna see the space of your passengers. A lot of area. This is also an air ride. Very comfortable ride. And we're gonna look in the back here, and I'm gonna show you the back of the console before we hop up in there. Another area, you've got a couple of 110 outlets, and then you've got a couple of USBs and USB-C. All right, we're gonna hop up into the cab, go over the features on the inside. And as you're popping up in there, you're gonna notice that windshield. It is a very, very large windshield. It's a 2,500 square inch windshield, so you make sure that you can see where you're going, so you can see everybody out on the road. And you can see on the top here, this is tied to your safety systems, radar, and it couples with the radar that we were going over down below. I'm gonna stay up here just a little bit, going over the camera system. This is the Voyager system, which we were talking about, and you can have up to 4 cameras on it, like I was saying. You just cycle through it just like this, and you can have individual cameras on that, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or it'll jump to a split. There's 1, 2, and then 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. But you can really customize it however you really want. You got your air system right here for your air horn, and then you've got your microphone right here for your Bluetooth. As we drop down to here, you can adjust the steering wheel right down here. It is a telescoping steering wheel, very, very easy to maneuver. Controls for the dashboard are going to be on this left side. It'll take care of everything right here, just letting you know what's actually going on with the vehicle. You've got your RPMs right there, your oil pressure. A nice little feature on here is you've got your fuel gauge, and then you've got your depth gauge as well. Right side, you've got your speedometer, air pressure right here, and then your water temperature right there. Right side of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your Bluetooth, and then your cruise control right there. You're jumping right here. This is where your transmission is, just going into drive and or reverse. And then you've got your controls for your engine brake right here as well. Very, very easy to use. Very, very important how you use it though too. Air for your trailer, and then air for the actual truck. Controls for your subwoofer here. You can set your trailer gain for your electronic brakes in the back. Right here you've got your hazards, your dome light, your footwell light, and then your pre-trip switch. Pre-trip is set up so that you are making sure that all of your exterior lights are working properly. You would just hit that, and in about a minute it'll start, and it'll blink every single one just to make sure that it's actually working properly. Right here you have optional switches that you can add to it. Sometimes we'll put a light bar up front to illuminate your way even better, but sometimes people will put more indicator lights up top. You can really customize it however you would like. Down below, this is tied to your safety systems. These first three are always on. This is going to be the switches to actually turn it off. This is your automatic brake assist, your lane departure warning, and your traction control right here. This fourth button is a very important one. If you do by some chance get an engine light that's starting to bog down the engine, you're going to hit that button, and then it'll make it so the engine will continue to actually go, so you can get off of the road to the side safely. Right here are controls for the rear air, cool, hot, and then your speed, just like that. Making sure we're not heating up my camera guy right now. Right here you've got your locking differential, and then your suspension dump right here, just in case you're to a low trailer. Drops that back down, makes it a lot easier. Right here, controls where you can actually hook up to the screen right here, an HDMI and a USB-A right here. Up above that, you've got more connectivity right here. These are just for charging, USB-Cs, and then a 12-volt right there. Here is your infotainment screen. Very easy to work with. It does have, you have to be plugged in, but it does have Apple and Android CarPlay, but very, very easy to navigate through whichever you kind of want to do. You can stream music, you can hook it up to your Apple and Android CarPlay, you can just listen to the radio, kind of whatever you want. Dropping all the way down, you've got controls to your climate control. You've got your speed, your different zones, and then your heating or cool right here. And then there's a button right there for your recirculated air. Very, very large console going on right here. 4 cup holders for huge cups, or like 7-Eleven big gulps, whatever you want to kind of use. But a nice little feature on this one is actually you can pull these things out. I'll do this one. And then once you do that, it makes it so that you can actually clean this if anything does spill in there. But they're wanting to be tied in there just so they don't fall out. The middle area here, you've got a large capacity for storage in your middle console. Store anything in there. But other than that, that does wrap up our video on the 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with the Summit Hauler conversion. My name is Paul Lavoie. If you're interested in this one, you can get a hold of me at paul.lavoie@transwest.com, or you can give me a call at 303-503-3305. Thanks for spending some time with me. Have a great day.